hair looks crazy. Hey, Jaden.
Yeah.
Will you go tell the kids to keep the music off, please, and to keep it down until I'm done? Thank you, honey.
Baby.
But don't scream it. I'm trying to get my kids quieted down. Hey, Ashley, hold on. Let me get you on here. What's up, Ashley?
Hi.
Hey. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna make you a co-host. Oh, did I just say the right one? Oh, no, sorry. I just made the wrong person. No, did I just make you a co-host? Or did I literally just make somebody else a co-host?
It doesn't show it.
Let me see. Let me find you. No, I made somebody else a co-host. I was clicking on Ashley. I literally clicked on a different Ashley. There we go. Perfect. Yay.
I know, right? I wanted to show you something that would be beneficial, and I forgot to do it before this all started. So I'm going to show you a new app that is available on the computer. So you can put your phone screen beside your face on the screen if you're wanting to show people how to do stuff from the phone. And I completely forgot.
Dang it. I've got like crazy gym hair. I tried to like make myself look halfway decent before jumping on, and I'm like, okay, everyone's gonna understand. They're gonna understand.
I still have gym hair too, so don't feel bad.
Okay.
We're in it together.
Yes. Okay. We'll give people. So you guys, for all you guys on here, and I'm going to do the same. Make sure you guys go and post in your groups, your chats, and let everybody know to jump on Power Hour. Power Hour time. And then I'll give it a second and introduce our awesome guest.
How you doing, baby?
And I'm going to take out my gum or I'll be chomping the whole time. Like I can't help it, Mom. It's a terrible habit.
I think my little one's going to try to get up in my lap.
Yay.
She's putting her cup in my lap. Are you trying? Luckily, she starts fussing. Daddy's home early today. Hey, you say hi, everybody? Oh, you're too low, huh?
Aw.
I can't see me. Say hi. Say hello. You say hi. You say hi, everybody. Say look. Look.
I had to move real quick.
Elisa, say hi.
Hi, baby.
Hi. Look, she wants my
I
mouth.
want to touch stuff.
Hi. Look. Look.
She's so cute.
She's learning that she can cry, and that'll get her in our bed at night.
Aww.
Like, no, we're not going backwards. No, she's gonna get mad at me because I'm not gonna let her play with my mouth. Oh, don't push me out the way. No. Hey, babe. I'm gonna use your help. Thank you. Come again. Oh gosh.
How do I put my video black so I can get that? Okay, how do you black out your video? If you're on the computer, you go down below and it'll say stop video. Or, yeah. If you're on your phone, somebody was asking how they black out the video so they can get dressed. I've actually seen people forget to do that and seen them changing. So she said, never mind, I'll just cover up. Okay, so let's.
Oh, that was my friend Trinity, my associate. She works at night, so she does this while she's getting ready.
Aw, that's awesome. Okay. Well, do you want me to start, or do you want to wait a few more minutes, or what do you think?
Whatever you want to do. I'm ready whenever you are, I guess.
Alrighty.
Nervous but ready, right?
Oh, nothing to be nervous about. You're awesome. And if my voice is low at any time, will you remind me, because like my computer is really dumb, and so whenever anyone talks, my volume goes way down.
Oh, okay. Let me open my front door. One of my girls is coming to pick up a trowel.
Okay.
If she knocks on the door, will you give her that and she'll give you 25?
Sure.
She's coming.
We'll give a few more seconds. Yay. Hi, Megan. I seen in our chat that you said you're on here, so. I'm waiting for Ashley. I'll stick in a couple more chats. Hey, Patricia.
I need to figure out how to get my screen to quit timing out on my phone because I got my notes. So I don't forget nothing.
Yeah. I have mine in notes too for you. Okay,
Oh.
well, let's get started. It's because it's 7 minutes after. So everybody, we have Ashley Bradley here, and she is pretty much a rock star. I super love her to death. She's one of my friends. She has lost 65 pounds, so she has had massive success with our products. She's a mommy of 2 with 2 bonus kids. She's a super heavy recruiter, which is awesome. So she's got, I'm sure, can teach us quite a bit about recruiting and how she's so successful in that. We're talking like 30, 45 or so a month. She's super good and consistent with it. She's great at, I would say, must be attracting people, because her Facebook is tapping out to the 5,000. Like, I don't know why Facebook does that. You know, it's like I constantly will hit 5,000 and then, but then like the next day, like 5 are gone. And it's just this constant, like, you know, where you're trying to remove people, but she's constantly hitting 5,000 with over 2,300 followers, which is pretty impressive. So I'm going to let her take the floor and rock our power hour. And I'll just kind of jump in if, you know, like, whatever needed, or just to kind of go back and forth. So you guys, welcome Ashley. She's gonna rock our power hour today. Thank you for being here, girl.
Hi guys, thank you for hopping on. So hold on, get him in the room. Sorry, my son brought his computer watching YouTube in here from he just got out of the bath. So power hour will probably be a little bit different than what normally happens. Is like everybody will go through and give you tasks and then do it, tasks and do it and whatnot. But I really wanted to, because I see a lot of times people join a company and then they blast that company. And that's what they do, like, consistently, is they're always like posting about it. They blast it all over their Facebook page. You know, they have it they have their links everywhere. And really that's like a huge turnoff to people. And what I have found is you need to like step back and look at it is we all love True Vision. That's like our heart, our soul, that's everything. And of course that's our business, but you have to sit back and remember you have to brand yourself before you brand your company. And I really want to help you like go through your profile and set up your profile in an attractive way so people will want to follow you, want to interact with you, want to stay being your friends. Because some people will add you as a friend, and once they see you vomit True Vision everywhere, they're like, I don't know about that. Let me just unfriend her or unfollow her even, you know, or it'll be like an ad basically, and they'll just be like, oh, they'll just keep scrolling past your stuff. Because what do you do when you're watching TV? Half the time you don't look at the commercials. You get up and do what you're supposed to do while your commercial's on, and then you come back when your show's on. So you kind of want to keep your Facebook like interesting and valuable, and show them that you're human and that you're not all about True Vision and not all about a company. So I've seen a lot of people. So if you want to go to your profile page and view your screen specifically, I'll bring mine up so you know exactly what I'm talking about. You'll just click on your profile, and so it will look like your screen will look like this, basically. Can you see that, everybody? Just your profile itself. So what you want to do first and foremost is make sure your profile picture is a good picture of you that you like and that shows you your face straight on, maybe turn a little bit. You know, you don't want it too far away. You basically want it like a headshot. And that is going to show you, you don't want like your husband, you don't want like a random picture, you don't want your dog, nobody's going to be friends with your dog. You want to show them that you're a human, and you want a good picture because this is like your storefront and it's branding you and your store and your business. So if you can go and you can find, I'll give you a minute to go on and you can find a good picture of you to set as your page, your screen picture, whatever you call it, your profile picture. So I'll give you just a minute to do that. And I have the comments up or anything like that. So if you have any questions while we're going through, I'll try to watch it. And, you know, for those that work kind of fast, I also try to say for your cover photo, have something like attractive that's not like, you don't want it to like be too over powerful and bearing, but you want it to make people, it needs to be attractive. Like you don't want just some random thing thrown up there. Like put some thought into it, like something with like motivation added to it or inspirational. Like I did a background, it's kind of like a brick background, and it just says, because you know I want a brand that I help people, and it just has courageously confident in bright pink, but it doesn't, because I like pink. I know Lisa can stand for that. She likes pink too. But it's attractive. It's not too much, but it's not too little either. And then also, I know because I really like having a good picture of me and just my face. It doesn't have to have my whole body or nothing. But I know I like to work with people. Like the first thing that anybody looks at anybody, friendship, relationship, like you honestly, you look at people's appearances. I know it can seem kind of shallow at times, but really we do. Like you notice somebody's smile, you notice their teeth, you notice if they're, you know, a hot mess all the time, or, you know, like you just pay attention to people's appearances. So you want to look well for people and present yourself how you want to present your business. If you're done with that, you can type done in the comments. Okay, we're getting some done. Yes, I agree. That's really true, Lisa. I'm not a cartoon and I'm not an animal. Okay, so we're getting some dones, and some people may already have that. Now, the next thing you're going to move down to on your profile is your bio, which is right underneath of your picture. It's going to be let's see, this little part right here. You can write a little bio about yourself underneath your name. And honestly, make sure that you have your name, your actual name. I know we're in this business, so do you ever hate it when somebody signs underneath of you and their Facebook name is different than their actual name, so it makes it hard to like remember? So you got to keep a note like, hey, their Facebook name is this, but their real name is this. Because I keep like an index card for all my customers, so I have little notes like that. So I know when I follow up with them, hey, if I'm looking up their name on Facebook, this is what it is versus this. So what I do below my name in that bio section, a lot of people I have really seen, because I browse people's profiles with TrueVision just to see like, I mean, no matter how long you've been in this business, you can learn from everybody. You know, you're always a student, but I see a lot of people throw their link right there. And that's such a turnoff. And that's really not network marketing, because you don't want just, yeah, it's nice if you get a sale every now and then, but people aren't going to most of the time go to your Facebook page to get a link just to go order. They would probably Google search it first. So it's not beneficial to your business at all to have your link right there. What you want in that bio is to basically have like, okay, what makes you distinctive from everybody else? What is going to make you stand out? What value does your brand bring to people? Market yourself. Like for me, for instance, I put that I'm a social media influencer. People follow me, click the follow button because they like what I offer. Like I post workouts every day. I consistently post workouts every day. I consistently post my meals every day. I post a lot of information that influence other people. So I love that I put like social media influencer. You can easily, some people will say TrueVision Health or weight loss coach. You can use other words, but mean that. So what I do is I put down, like the down arrow, and then I put 65 pounds, because that's like, I wonder how did she lose that weight? So it's making people inquisitive, and then they may message you and ask you how you lost weight. And then that can lead to a relationship builder, basically, and you build your relationship upon that. And that opens up the conversation for you. So I may ask Elisa if she had that, like, hey girl, what did you do to lose 65 pounds? I need to know that, you know, and then that opens up the conversation, and that's them coming to you versus you coming to them. So that's another form of attraction marketing. I love to work out. So I did my little workout. I lift a lot of heavy weights. So I did my little fitness weight loss emoji, and I put gym junkie as my next line. And then after that, I did click follow, because I've run out of, I've hit the 5,000 max, so I need people to follow me. I have like a lot of TrueVision people that try to add me as a friend, and I'm just like, I really need you to follow me. And then I put beating hypothyroidism, because I have hypothyroidism for, a lot of you should probably know what that is, but I put that there because that's also another way to relate to people. If somebody is going through Graves' disease or hypothyroidism or hyperthyroidism, they know that I'm a person that has dealt with that. And then they can refer up, and I've lost 65 pounds, which is unusual for people with hypothyroidism. So you can relate all that to weight loss, and then that can make them ask me more questions. So you want to set it up, and there's a way to be salesy without being salesy. So, and I just love to try to have attraction marketing versus throwing up on people all the time, you know, like, hey, do you want to buy my product? Like, I'll never make a post that says, hey, you want to lose weight? I got what you need. Here goes 2 capsules twice a day. Like, I don't really do that. I just post about weight loss and offer exercises and meals and things like that. And I do share in my story. Story is huge. Make sure you're using your story. If you post it to your wall, post it to your story too. Because if somebody doesn't go to your wall or see it on your news feed, majority of people are watching stories more than they're scrolling through profiles. And with the way that the Facebook algorithm is set up, it's actually exposing your story to more people than newsfeed. Megan, what do you use? You said you don't use your last name. Erica, you really don't have to worry about scammers on Facebook. I mean, there's so many people out there that, I mean, they report it and they'll take it down if anything. You should be able to hit enter, Misty. After you type your first sentence, just hit enter and it'll go right down to the next line. Yeah, because I don't like sentenced out either, because if it's run on, also if it's like a run on sentence, people don't really just sit there and stop. People don't like to read nowadays. So if you break it down and do like short little things, don't do like, I'm a social media influencer, just do social media influencer, or I have lost 65 pounds, just put down 65 pounds. Please follow my page because I'm out of friends. Just click follow it. Beating hypothyroidism, I have hypothyroidism. Just cut everything short so it's like direct, so they can scroll to your page, boom, okay, I like what she's about, let me friend her. Yeah, that's fine, Megan. That's good. Just like some people will have like some weird names, like, oh God, like my husband had somebody friend him the other day and they actually had like a big thing going around joking his name, and like hundreds of people were messaging this guy because his name made no sense at all. It was like a joke. Everybody started joking on him. It was weird. Let's see. And then when you scroll down, the next part, like I just have that, you know, I'm married. You know, if you're single, I wouldn't put that I'm single, but you know, it has that when you joined, of course. And make sure that you do give people the option to follow your page, because if they actually come to your page and click follow, that will make you pop up on their newsfeed because they opted in to follow you. So make sure that you go into your about info section and give people that option to follow you. Let me know if I'm going too fast or too slow or whatnot, Elisa.
I love that you're doing this though, because I mean, I know it's great that we do tasks and different things, and that is important, but this is a task. It's just like a little bit different. And I think like, you know, starting with the basics of making yourself relatable, making yourself marketable, and starting with your Facebook, if you're using your Facebook as a tool, then I think getting it cleaned up and being attractive, so that way attraction marketing is working for you, is super, super important. So I love this. I think you're doing awesome.
Thank you. So then people will add their work experience in there, and they'll have True Vision Associate in there, and that'll show in your about section. But what I did is I've branded myself with the Bradley Vision That's like my name of my business. I know like Kaylee has Mama Starfish, and Lisa has that Fearless Life. So whatever your brand is or your slogan, you can do like CEO of the Bradley Vision or CEO of that Fearless Life, something along the lines of that versus branding True Vision Health Associates since da 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 da. And then, you know, if you want to put any of your other careers that you've had, you can. But I know, like, I've ran across a couple profiles that literally has a major thing that says former this, former that, former that, former this, former that. And I'm like, God, how many jobs did you have? So it's like, you don't want it. You don't need all that. Like, people don't need to know where you worked at your whole life. Now, LinkedIn, that may be something different if you want to set up your LinkedIn account like that. But for Facebook, it's really not necessary. I put where I went to college for my education. I did put my high school just because if I have friends, I still live in the same community, small community that I did go to school in. So I do have that in case any of my old friends search me underneath of where I went to school. For your basic information, sorry, what is it called? Let me double check that. I did link my Instagram. If you have like an Instagram or a LinkedIn, things like that, that you do promote your business on, link those. Feel free to link those. Or if you have a website that, not your True Vision website, don't put that up there. But if you have, some people have like a branded website that they have fitness things on, not directly related to True Vision, but offering people value. If you have a website like that, not everybody does. So, you know, if you don't, that's okay. Everybody, you know, got the gist of that pretty much set up. Megan, if you go under your, let's see. I'm going to see if I can find that for you exactly. You should be able to go under your settings. Let me see. I'm trying to find it for you. It's been so long since I've done that. Alyssa, do you know how to set it up so people can follow you exactly off the top of your head?
Well, there should be a follow button up there, right? So, I mean, you should have it.
Say, like, how do you add that follow button up there?
I think it's just there, isn't it? Let me look and see. I don't know. I always thought it was
not
there.
Everybody has it.
Let me look. Because I've never done anything to mine, but you're right. Some have it.
Here it says, click the down arrow in the upper right corner of Facebook. A drop-down menu appears. Select settings, and then click followers on the left sidebar and select everybody so anybody can follow. Who can follow me is set to everybody.
Okay, what did you say? Say that one more time.
So it says, click the down arrow in the upper right corner of Facebook. A drop-down menu appears. Select settings. And then click followers on the sidebar. And it says, who can follow me in the who can follow me section, and then select everybody.
Why don't I see that initial thing? I'm waiting for Brooke to get out of the bathroom. She'll help me. I'm like, Brooke. Let's see here.
Yes, she'll give you some money, baby.
Thank you.
Thank you, Danielle.
Let me get you. I'm keeping it. I'm keeping it.
No, you're not keeping my money.
Oh, you have money. I just need $5,020.
Comments, reminders, updates, friend requests, groups, events. Okay, no, that's pages you follow.
And keep your money.
That's check-ins, likes, following. That's people I follow.
So if you're doing it on your phone,
Like I see how to view followers. Yeah, I don't see it. I see where it shows follows, your future posts, past posts, who can see people, pages, and lists you follow, who can see your stories, highlights, friend requests, friends list.
If you go to settings and then under privacy, and then you'll see it says who can follow me.
so like privacy shortcuts.
Yes.
Okay.
I was gonna say, I just found it too under public posts. So if you go to settings and go down to public post on the side,
That's it.
click that, it'll let you do it.
That's it. I see it. And you can change everything in there to what people that follow you can see. Okay. No, you're not keeping my money.
I don't have enough money for a dirt bike.
We'll talk about it after. So while you're doing that, let me see if I'm looking. Get over there. But I'll go back while y'all are doing that and just go over making sure that you're utilizing your stories. If you follow a lot of the top people, well, I know a lot of the top people I follow, they share a lot on their stories of their day-to-day things. So in the morning when I wake up, I post in my story like good morning, something dealing with waking up, basically like I'm waking up my business. You know, it's kind of like turning the closed sign to open. And from there, I'll share, a picture of my breakfast. You know, like I love avocado toast with eggs. So I post a picture of getting my morning, and I'll put on there, getting my morning started right, and with breakfast, and share my breakfast. And I take my capsules after I eat personally. So I have my capsules in my hand, and I'll put first dose going down as I'm headed to the gym, or I'll put something about like the check sign with like mental clarity, energy, appetite control with check beside each of them. And then I also take a renew in the morning, and I'll put something dealing with that as well. And then that'll be another post. So it's like I'm walking people through my day, through my story. Like I'm telling a story through my stories. And then after that, I pay for my workouts, and every day, like I have it clipped in a pic collage with a little motivational thing with my name and then hashtag the Bradley Vision. It's really neat and pretty. And then I put that, so I share that to my story for the day workout. And then when I leave the gym, I take a picture of my lunch, whatever it is that I'm having for lunch that day. And I'll put for lunch on it. And then if I'm taking another dose, you can take a picture of your second dose And then, and then you can add pictures of your kids or anything that you're doing. If you're out walking with the dog or just anything to it's another form of people, how to relate to you. People are nosy in general. People want to know what everybody's doing. I know like Alyssa, her big thing is, she's a mom of 6 and she went, we're from where she started to where she is now. So people are more inquisitive, like wanting to know about her life and what she does and how she does it and how she's successful now and what she did to get there. So like people are nosy and not in a bad way, but they just want to know what everybody's doing at all times of the day. And, and even if you feel like your life is boring and not interesting, somebody out there can relate to your life in some form of another. Like I literally, when I started, I was like, who's going to watch me? Who cares? Like, who cares about what I'm doing? And like when I put a post up and I'll say, hey, I'm reaching my 5,000 friend max, I got to remove people. I literally have hundreds of people saying, don't delete me. You motivate me. I'm like, really? I did? Oh, wow. So it's like, you never know what you're doing for people that don't say anything at all, and, so use your stories. I just have to encourage you to use your stories every day, all day long. It's not a bad thing. And also that builds your brand awareness and it'll strengthen your relationships with your audience themselves. And Facebook has actually announced that they're deprioritizing like marketing content on people's news feeds. So you won't be showing up when you're marketing from your actual Facebook page. That demotes your posts down and it makes it so it doesn't show you in people's news feeds as much. I also I got something from Allie Adkins. I can't remember her new last name now. She shared something one day on her Instagram. You can even share, how I said my breakfast and then my dosage. You could do step 1, you're going to drink your water. Step 2, take your capsules, like one page, because Facebook now allows you to type out a message. Now you can type on your story or something like that. Facebook, I know mine just started allowing me to do that like this past week. So you could say on one slide, you can say, do you struggle with fatigue? And then add a poll and people can, you can poll people. And then the next slide, lack of appetite control, do the yes or no poll. The slide 3, you can do sugar cravings. Do you struggle with sugar cravings? Yes or no? And then you could say, would you like more information on how you can beat all 3 or more, something like that, and then do a poll. So just like asking people questions and things like that.
That's it.
Let's see.
I know what you're talking about. They said that.
Alyssa Cowart, I think, shared on one of her power hours about making your Facebook profile public. I don't know. The world scares me. It just does. My profile, if you go to my profile and you're not my friend, you would never know that my profile is private. Because anything pertaining to my children, like I may post a picture here or there as public, but anything pertaining to my children I have that. I leave that private just for my friends. But I post so much like motivational stuff, workouts, about my day, different exercise, different recipes. You have the option at the top to say, when you go to make a post, what's on your mind, you just click this little button and it says like friends, public, or you could even change it to only me. I don't know why people would do that, but there's a public, friends accept. Like you could post it for some of your friends, but if you don't want some people to see it, you could deselect a few people that you don't want to see it. But anything outside of the realm about my children, I share as public. If it's about me and my husband, I share that as public as well. It's just my kids that I try to block off. I'm just too scared because some of the things that I've seen. But don't let that scare you. That's just me personally. Also, another tip. Oh. Will you tell us why you take Renew during the day? I'm super interested. I love posting and messaging more than on my wall. Oh, I have a graphic. If you message me, I can send it to you. You don't have to take just Renew at night. You can take Renew at night. You can take Renew in the morning. You can take Renew in the morning and at night. It's really about finding what works with you. That's what some people may, take the product and they quit. But I always tell people, I'm like, you didn't give me enough time or work with me enough and communicate with me enough to help find out what your dosage is and when you should be taking your dosages. Most people that quit give up before you even get through that process. So I found that taking it, because I have IBS, I found that taking it in the morning with my first dose before I work out and when I take Renew before bed, that's my best dosage, is taking them at those 2 times. So it's a matter of trial and error.
I want to add on to that just like a little bit, because it's something that I posted in like a private group that I have yesterday. And I was just kind of talking about how, with everything, whether it's fitness, nutrition, and your supplementation, how you take it, like everybody's different and every body is different, and nobody is going to have the same, do exactly the same things. So, the way people eat, some of what is, hi baby, some of what's effective for me might not be for you, and then also like fitness. I just changed my whole routine because I knew like what I was doing wasn't working and I needed to get a different result. And the same thing I think goes with your supplements. You have to figure out what works for you and what might work for, your best friend, your mom, your sister, your neighbor. Might not be what works for you. And sometimes we have to try different things until we find like that sweet spot that kind of works for you. So sometimes you do have to play with things. And I think, just the 2 doses twice a day, this time and this time, is like a basic overall starting point. But then, within yourself, you can tweak those things to make it fit, what I mean? Like make it fit you. I think people get so afraid to like try different things, and you shouldn't, because we are all different.
Yeah. Sorry. That's huge. Exactly. And that's another thing, is some people have said, well, why do y'all sell all these different products? And if this one works so good, then why do you have this one and that one? And, I have to tell people and say, not every person's body is the same. Like Gen 2 may work for you if it didn't work for me. Control with Dynamine may work better for me than what it did for you. So it's a matter of trial and error and not giving up before you get there. Some people can do all the cardio in the world and lose no weight, but some people can do it and lose a ton of weight. Like I personally have to lift a lot of weights in order to cut weight. And so it's just a matter of finding it without giving up on yourself and just saying, oh, this just doesn't work, I quit. And that's how it is with the business, is you have to trial and error things instead of, I was listening to, I love listen, if you have it, Castbox, it's got free podcasts. And last night I was cutting grass and I was listening to Tony Robbins, and it was like, quit focusing on the problem, focus 95% on the solution and only 5% on the problem. Like some people will say, I posted and I didn't get any response. That doesn't tell you that nobody's interested. That tells you that what you posted didn't attract people. So that's not what gets people on your news feed's attention, or on that yard sale site's attention, or wherever you're posting or talking to. It's all about what you say. Like I have found it's just something I do. You could tell people, you can say, hey, I have a sale going on. And for one person, it may be like, oh, well, it's $20 off a month's supply. So, that's associate pricing. Or you could say 20% off, or you could say, you could just say it so many different ways, but it may relate one way with Elisa, and it may relate one way with Christy. So you can mean one thing, but you can say it multiple ways and attract different people. And they'll never even know that you were saying the same thing the whole time. You were just saying it in different ways. And then also, if you're posting something, like if you have like a trial sale going on or something like that, and you post like a picture of that, like say you have like some people post like a picture of a couple trials and they'll be like flash sale. Well, once that's over, after a couple days, go back down and like, if there weren't many comments on it, at least just delete that post off of your news feed. So that way, next time you do a sale, people don't see that you just did it a couple days ago. Or if there's a post, because I post a lot every day, if there's a post that didn't get any attention or any comments or things like that in the last week, I go through and I'll remove them from my news feed, because evidently that wasn't something that people found value in, that caught their attention. Sorry, somebody was trying to call through my phone.
And I'm just going to add on to that like a little bit too. Like when you know that you're going to like post like something super important that you want a lot of eyes on it, and it's not just your basic, posting your cup of coffee, but if you know like you are going to post something that's super attractive, super important, and you're going to want a lot of eyes on it, then I always suggest like prepping your Facebook for it. And so what I mean by that is like, make sure you go through, different people. And I don't mean other TrueVision associates, other friends that you have, and go comment on some of their things, go post on some of their walls, go like some of their stuff. So that way, maybe they're a little bit more fresh in your feed. And then go post something on your wall. Say like, if you want to post something super important, maybe save it later in the day, and earlier in the day, post something that's going to draw a lot of attention to your Facebook, so your network opens up some. So I tell you, when you post things that have to do with like selfies or something like that, people go crazy. They love it. Everyone wants to post their selfies, including me. It's so super fun. So like, you could post something about posting your selfie, or something about your animals, or ask a question, because people like that. So post something on your wall that's going to cause a lot of engagement, so that way your network is expanded for your wall. You know what I mean? You're getting a lot of attention on there with that particular feed. And then, a few hours later, post that big thing that you want, because now your Facebook's going to be a little bit more open, well, probably a lot more open to people that it wouldn't have been first. So when I know I'm going to post something that I really want a lot of eyes on, I kind of prep my Facebook for it first. So.
Exactly. I like doing those interactive posts. They get people's attention. And when people respond, when say if you do something along the lines of drop a picture of your dog below, don't just let people drop their pictures below. You have to go and comment on each person's post. Even if you're bored with making comments, go and put, if it's a post about drop a picture of your dog or animal, put a dog emoji in their comment as a response. Or if it's a cat, put a cat emoji in there as a response to what they said, because Facebook picks that up in the algorithm, and then it shows that y'all are communicating back and forth, because you said something, they said something, you said something back. And that's where a lot of people think, they're like, oh, well, I made an interactive post, a lot of people posted on it, and things don't seem to be moving. But you have to go and respond to each of those people. And I'm always adding and removing friends. So they say, what is it, Elisa? Like add 5 new friends a day, or is it 5 to 10 new friends a day, and delete 5 to 10 friends a day? Something along the lines of there is that you should always be adding new friends to your Facebook list. My goal is to max out my friends list. and I did it. And I try to tell all my girls that. I'm like, you want to max out your friends list, because some people will come into business and they'll only have like 300 or 400 friends. Well, I literally have 5,000 friends, 2,305 followers. And when I post a story, it shows you how many people see that. So that's literally what, 7,000 and some, and only sometimes up to 200 people are seeing that. So imagine how low that number is if you only have 200 or 300 friends. How many, you're probably only getting like 5 or 6 people seeing your post. And you're like, I wonder why people aren't commenting, because they're just not seeing it on their newsfeed.
Yeah, and another thing, and I say this every time because I don't know if a lot of people know it, or maybe just a reminder, whenever you post on your wall, you have to make sure to like your own post. And I mean, I cannot say that enough. I say it every single time. And I always say this, people probably see my posts and think that I really like myself. I'm like, that's great. I do love myself, but I'm telling you, test it out. Post something on your wall and don't like it, and then go back and like your own post and watch how many more eyes you get on it. So whenever you post something, and I mean every time, like it, and your audience, it just opens it up so much more. And the good part is, if it was a really good post, you can go back a couple days later and like unlike it and like it again, and it's like people see it all over again.
And you even actually get even more if you actually pick something other than like, because like is so easy to pick that's the most thing that people click is like, because if they tap it, it automatically does like. But if you actually hold it and pick from the selection, it opens it up to even more people to see your posts, because you can lazily like click like, click like, click like, click like. But if you actually hold and pick one, it's weird. It's some algorithm. They just, I don't know. They have so many new quirky things, that they pick up on. It's just great. It's weird.
They do, but if something's super good and getting a lot of attention, and like so Ashley said, make sure you go comment. Sometimes, like especially if it's something like really busy and people are like actively still commenting, I'll just wait for it to quiet for a second, and then I'll go start commenting on a couple, and then I'll let it quiet for a second, commenting on a couple, and it just kind of keeps it going on and on and on. But that's a good thing. That's a good thing.
But if people don't comment, just, use that as a learning tool, as like, okay, that might not have been the best post to put up, and just tweak it. Because, I mean, the successful people are the ones who have failed the most. They didn't quit because they failed. They just kept failing and failing and failing until it finally just clicked, And another thing is when I know a lot of us, when I started back in 2015, my big thing was cold market. That was like all we did. I literally, when people started doing, I never sold to a family member ever. I never have asked a family member ever to buy something. So with cold market now, I have learned, because I'm big into fitness, and I make videos and I clip them together and, teach people about, sets and reps and things like that. So like I go into groups and I'll share a valuable piece of content, and I'll share, a post about it. And then at the end, don't be afraid to be like, follow me for more awesome workouts and motivation or something like that. Don't be afraid to ask for followers, because if your content is valuable enough, they'll follow you without hesitation. But I tell my people, they're like, how you ask for followers? I want to ask for followers, but you have to remember, you have to be consistent at providing valuable content. You can't post one day and not the next day. You literally have to show up every single day. I think my upline calls me. She's like, you're the most consistent person I've ever met in my life. But it's like, no matter what, like I just show up every day. I could be sick. I could be like, I used to do dentistry. So I did dentistry for 12 years when I started this, and I was in people's mouths all day long. My hands were gloved up and I was in people's mouths. No matter what, I use every second of the day to work my business. Even if I was getting up early, if that was if I was on the toilet in between patients, and I could check my messages. If I was on my lunch break, I didn't say, oh my God, I got to take this as a minute of break. No, that's a minute for me to hustle. Because when I started, I was a single mom and I was living paycheck to paycheck, and I was going like negative $50 every month. And it was just like, I'm going to find a way to make this work. You know, you have to work in the beginning. You're going to have to work to build somebody else's dream, but you got to remember, you got to come home at night to build yours. And it's tiring. And I would work literally all day, come home with my son, and I would work my business until sometimes 2 o'clock in the morning, because I was like, this is not going to be the life that I live. And I'm not going to not be able to give my kid what he needed because I didn't make it. And then literally within 2 years, I quit dentistry and did True full-time since. So, but that's really all that I had. I don't know if anybody has questions, or at least if you have anything.
So let's look through and see if anyone has any questions. We've got a couple more minutes. See if we missed anything in the chat.
Thank you, Trinity. Let's see. I literally don't. Recruiting now is, I don't want to say easy because it's not, but when you start using attraction marketing, people come to you. Like, I literally don't, when you provide value to people, they're going to start flowing to you like a river, honestly. And I don't even post to cold market anymore at all. I might do it every once in a while just to do it if I'm, you know, not busy with something else, but I don't really run cold market ads anymore. I just consistently put out content, create content that people can use. If you help enough people with their problem, find out your friends' problems, and if you can offer a way to help them, then they're literally going to come to you. We make posts in our group, post on my page. I post, you know, like I said, I post on workouts, I post meals, I post different things like that. And I'll drop like a post about True or something like that. But at this point, so many people know that I do True that it's always like, hey, Ashley, my friend wants to do True. Here she is, you know, and then she'll throw me in a 3-way chat. And, you know, I just work to close her, basically.
And so that's where I think like being super consistent is really important. You know, in the beginning, you know, you're posting ads, you're doing, thank you. You know, you're posting ads, you're doing all that stuff. But, you know, if you really look at it like as your friends list grows and you have 5,000 people, it's almost like you have like a group right in front of you. You know what I mean? And so I think if you're consistent on your wall all the time, you know, posting things that are going to draw people to you. I mean, I don't cold market anymore, and I sign people up every single month consistently because like you said, Ashley, like when you are attracting people and then you're putting stuff on your page that talks about what you're doing, and you know, I mean, people naturally are going to ask, and you're going to be on the top of people's mind, like, you know, so when it comes to, you know, wanting to get fit, wanting to lose weight, needing
like,
something,
oh, what workout did she do today?
yeah,
They're like, they'll think about you.
Right. They're like, there's that one girl and she's always doing that thing and whatever, you know, it's like, then you're going to be on the top of their mind. So if you're constantly consistent with posting the same type of value, then, you know, you're going to be on people's mind when they're thinking about that one particular thing or what.
Patty, you can get friends by like what Trevor said last night on Power Hour. Host a post is a good way to get friends. No, and Misty, no. If I get friend requests, I don't add anybody to my group. I will make a post about a group that I have that provides valuable information, workouts and tips and things like that, and people will ask to join my group. But I don't just invite people to my group. We did in the beginning. Like, we added like crazy to the groups in the beginning. But the way Facebook is set up now, you can't do that. And Erica, no, I don't recruit now unless people come to me, or if they comment that they're interested on something, and then I start talking to them, and then I close them. You have to get really good at closing. Closing is huge. Eric Worre is big on closing.
Yeah. And I do want to reiterate, you guys, like every step of this journey looks different. And so some of you guys who are just jumping in, I mean, you're gonna have to do a lot of recruiting because your business is never gonna grow by itself. You're never gonna hit, 4-star, 5-star, 6-star just alone. So you are gonna need other people to run with you. And so in the beginning, you are going to have to recruit a lot, and then as your business grows, you kind of will get into this other phase where you're still recruiting, and then you're also, managing your team and working with them and doing, coaching with them. There's all these different steps, and it really does look different. And as your organization grows, what you're doing in your business does change, So to me, in the beginning, it's like, reach out to your warm market, reach out to your hot market, effectively learn how to utilize your Facebook page to attract people to what you're doing. And most leaders have kind of like a business launch plan that I'm sure that they can offer you. And what I mean by that is just, how to launch your business on your page to start attracting people when you first start, and then getting them into your, product group, your testimony group or whatever, because it is powerful. If you have a testimony group, you have a 24-hour, opportunity meeting basically going on, and you want people to get in front of that. So it's just, a little bit different because as you grow, there's so many different things. And then when your Facebook is kind of maxed out, now you're kind of like working with those people as well. So I
know I see some people commenting that they have a lot of people that just don't answer, ignore. I used to dwell on that when I first started, but now I'm so caught up with trying to find more and more people that I don't even realize that they don't answer. Just stop focusing on those people that aren't answering, because they're still going to be watching and they're going to come when they're ready. You cannot talk them in. I'm not in the convincing business. Like I had one of my associates yesterday, this girl was having to ask her husband, and her husband was like, oh, the product's got gluten in it. Well, True's gluten free, so that ain't what caused somebody to write a complaint. And I was like, you can't believe everything that you read, because sometimes other companies come in and try to sprinkle seeds of doubt on reviews on purpose. I mean, it happens. So I never focus on those people that are ignoring me or just never answer. Just keep going. Just if they say no, okay, thanks, have a good day. All right.
And that's the thing is, you guys need to realize there are millions and billions of people in the world. You cannot let one person's no or one person's ignore literally sink your business or sink your excitement for it. Seriously, if you're willing to basically lose your confidence over one person ignoring you, you've got to change that. There's millions and millions and millions of people. It's kind of like when you do, post cold market and somebody's negative and is crazy on there. I remember in the beginning, I'd be like, ugh, and I hated it. And now I'm like, so cute, bye-bye. Literally just don't even care. That's fine. There's more people. There's more humans, because really, if somebody doesn't have the time of day for you, or if they're rude, do you really want to even do business with them anyways? Do you even care? Because I actually don't. And I look at the fact of my city, neighboring city, how many people does Spokane have in it? 400 something thousand people just in the city next to me. And there's hardly anybody over there. And I'm like, if I'm going to get like, I mean, sorry to say it like this, but if I'm going to get like all butt hurt and get my panties in a knot, like over one person ignoring me or not responding or just being rude, and like, I'm going to give up on something that is so life-changing when I can literally like go next door and there's 400,000 other people sitting there. Like,
That are gonna say
no, like, do not let somebody ignoring you or somebody being rude or somebody not responding, do not let that discourage you. Just find new humans, talk to somebody else, because somebody is going to want what you have really bad.
The time you spend focusing on somebody that is ignoring you is time lost finding the person that wants you, that's looking for you and what you have to offer.
Yeah. Very true. So, okay. Well, anything else? I think we've hit our hour. We don't want to keep you guys. Ashley, you're amazing.
Thank you.
I love you.
I love you.
Okay, you
Can't
guys. Well, you guys have an absolutely amazing, what is today? Thursday, soon to be weekend, and we will see you on Power Hour tomorrow. Thank you so much, Ashley.
You're welcome. Have a good night, you guys.